Good evening. This is Dee, and this is Critical Break. I actually meant to stream much earlier in the day today, but got sidetracked by life in general. I have my mother suffers from dementia, and that is an overwhelming thing to deal with. I think some of you probably have experienced this, and my heart goes out to you because I know what that's like. It's not easy, but such is life. So here we are. Yay! Finally got my hind end in gear. I'm going to pull up the actual room so I can see the chat and see how you guys are. Good evening, Tony. Good to see you, sir. Definitely good to see you. So many things to cover today, and I want to do it in a timely fashion. Good evening, Sir Rick. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm going to put my glasses on because I did make notes for today. Something I don't usually do. I usually fly by the seat of my pants, and I am going to kind of do that. But I've got some things I definitely wanted to say to everyone. And I think it's important. So anyway, let's see. Here we go. The purpose of the channel, and I want to make sure I restate it every now and again so people don't forget. It's a hub. It's the best way to describe it. A place to gather for those that know or feel that they've had a mission that they need to do. My hope is that we can network with each other. And I know many of you have felt very alone for a very long time. And you'll find trust hard to give. I totally get that because I do too. What I'm hoping we can do is start our mission and help each other figure out what those missions are. I think we were each sent here for a specific reason, and I also think we were strategically located on the planet because we have something really important we need to do. And my hope is that we can take, I think we all know that most of us have experienced some extraordinary things in our lives. And I think we've each lived 1,000 lifetimes inside of one lifetime because of all those experiences. The thing I'd like to see us do, because I know that we have abilities. There's more to us than these bio suits. A lot more. The energy we have inside us, we can use that. That I'm sure of. And I think we can focus that towards the good of the planet and humanity in general. I think we can mutate negative energy. Not think. I know we can mutate negative energy. There's no doubt in my mind. I've expressed that I don't, let's see, let me find the words for this, because I don't want you to think that this is, because before I started to use the words I don't care, but I do care. That's the thing, I do care. Religion, politics, sex, sexual preference, race, that has zero bearing here. Zero bearing. And the reason I say this is because this planet was basically hijacked eons ago. And I mean eons ago. And the ones that hijacked this planet are also in control of publishing houses, the internet, and pretty much anything we get in front of us as far as information. I've spent years and years researching. I've researched ancient text, anthropology, theology, you name it, blood types, DNA. I have gone over so much information, and maybe 2% of that is accurate. And that, I say that because the infiltrators own the publishing houses. How do you expect to get accurate information? So you have to go with this gut instinct inside you that tells you if you're getting BS'd or not. One common thing that I know we all have is we are empaths. We feel energy. We feel the energy of those around us. That seems to be the one big common thing between us all. The other thing is autoimmune disorders. That's another common thread. And some of you might say, well, I don't have an autoimmune disorder. If you have any sort of psychological disorders, even, that falls into this category. Because these autoimmune disorders can cause psychological disorders. So don't count yourself out of this. Just because I say autoimmune disorders, it covers a huge range of things that have been going wrong. We've been, let's put it this way. I want you all to keep something in mind. I don't know everything. I'm still trying to figure everything out. I figured a lot out, but there's still a lot to figure out. And I think each of us holds, I think we've got a giant puzzle in front of us. And I think many of us may have pieces. And we start linking those. and we'll get some answers, and maybe a lot faster than us all trying to do this on our own. We're not used to working with other people because there's not many like us. Um, but I get the impression that it's time for all of us to start. And I know all you are feeling the pull, this need to find each other. I know that feeling and this sense of urgency. And oh, I don't even know how to express it, but you all will know what I'm talking about. Um, I think we can transmute this negative energy. I think we're far, far, far more powerful than we even let ourselves believe. Um, the chat. I'm trying not to be too heavy, but I think this is like seriously important today. And oh, so many people out there misleading everyone, and that scares me because I know some of us are getting misled. Sir Tony, you'd like to know what your mission is? Yeah. There's many of you that since you have one, but you don't know what it is, I knew what my mission was, and that was to be a hub, um, to help you all figure that out and to hopefully speed up your process a little bit. And that's my hope anyway. I'm hoping with all of us linked and talking and sharing our experiences, we'll get these pieces to this puzzle, including your missions. Um, but I have something that you can do. We all know something's very wrong here. I was born with a sense that something wasn't right here. Um, things didn't add up. Things didn't make sense. You look at religious text and it contradicts itself. And I know there's a God. There's part of him in each and every one of us. So that's what I'm going off of, because the playbook of those that hijacked our planet, their playbook is infiltration and subversion, and part of their playbook, part of the rules of their tactics are they have to tell us the truth, because if we don't say no, we're thereby giving consent somehow in their mind. And so there's little sprinklings of truth everywhere. It's everywhere, and you have to be able to connect the dots. It's one thing I'm good at, connecting dots. Not perfect, can't say. I mean, I've gone down some roads where I was like, oh, okay, I was wrong on that. But I'm thinking if we kind of gather together and start looking at these things in a good evening, Miss Left Cat. It's good to see you. Anyway, so there is, oh, I've got so much to share. And I know I can't do it all, but I wanted to hit some really important things today. Oh, yes. Okay. So let me look at my notes here. One thing, because there's going to be people that are going to have no idea what I'm talking about. Missions, that sense of urgency. Hello, Sir OR. Good to see you. Miss Mac, good to see you too. Very good to see you. Yes, Miss Mac was very ill, and I'm so happy that she's okay. I saw her video, and it just makes my heart break when I see those of us with autoimmune disorders going through absolute, utter hell. Hell on earth, literally. It's been hell for all of us, trust me. But I have some answers for that will hopefully help. But anyway, and I'm definitely covering some of that today because I knew some of the stuff I needed to get out today was super important, because let's put it this way. The hijackers knew we were coming just based on all the research I've done on the autoimmune disorders, and it's been a multi-pronged assault. And it's been, like I said, from several different directions, and it feels like it feels like they knew we were coming. That's what it feels like. Some of you will already know this. Others will be going, what is she talking about? Over time, I think you're going to find that you come to the same conclusions if you haven't started really looking into this. There are I know people talk about the blood types. And yeah, I got hung up on blood types for a while, about the Rh negative. And I'm gonna try to explain this the best way I know how. The blood types only matter because one was a first-generation slave and the other was a second-generation slave. The Rh negatives were the first-generation slaves on this planet. If you go back and you look at ancient text, the way the story goes, the Rh negatives were the first ones. The Rh positives were second gen, basically. Here's the different things that I've researched with the autoimmune disorders. Lyme's disease has a common thread here. And yes, the government was responsible for that. It came from Plum Island, which is a genetic research laboratory on Plum Island. That's where Lyme disease came from. It is a common thread. My sister was positive on a Lyme's disease test. I have never had one, so I don't know if I am or not. But I have a lot of other super common things going on with the Lyme's disease. I was diagnosed with mast cell activation disorder. That was after being diagnosed with a whole string of other autoimmune disorders and being put in the fibromyalgia pocket, on top of all the others. They were looking at MS, but I have trigeminal neuralgia, I have osteoarthritis, I have IBS, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I have dysautonomia, mast cell activation disorder is something that, by the way, I was going to med school when I first started getting really sick and was unable to complete that. But anyway, so there are other things going on here, besides blood types. Blood types mattered as far as who was first, who was second. But these blood types also, there's a common denominator, because in my research with these people that have abilities, that have autoimmune disorders, there's a common thing happening, and it's a genetic code in our DNA. It's called the MTHFR gene. And how that gene expresses itself depends on what you're exposed to. So the blood types, the one thing I've noticed is most of us are Rh negative or O positive. I am an O positive. I see people talking about what blood types they are. We've got another negative here. That's awesome. Yep. Miss Lovecat, I would say that what you've been dealing with is very related to what I've been dealing with and what rest of us have been dealing with. This particular part of our genetic code was targeted. And I really feel that way. There's just way too many assaults happening. What's amazing is that we're alive at all. Here's the deal. First, you have Lyme's disease that was released from Plum Island. Supposedly an accidental release. I don't buy that, because there's way too many other assaults on that particular genetic code, the MTHFR gene. That's the commonality that the O positives and the Rh negative people have, is this mutation. Well, it's not a mutation. It's our code, but it's being mutated by assaults from exterior forces. Now I'll go into those assaults. First, you got the Lyme's disease. Then you have, in the 1940s, the government started enriching flour. And you ask, what does that have to do with anything? Well, one of the components to enriching it, supposedly for our health, is folic acid. And you wonder, why is that important? It's important because people with MTHFR genetic coding It's poison to us. Let me repeat, poison. Not joking. Our bodies require a methylfolate, not folic acid. That was courtesy of the government yet again. The FDA is the one that had that brilliant idea. So, the other thing that triggers this particular gene are inoculations. Yes, your MMR, your DPT, your flu shots, and all the other things that can trigger this genetic code to mutate and cause a cascade of utter hell to rain down on us. Then you add Roundup and you add Agent Orange, all produced by our government. They spray Roundup on the wheat right before it's harvested because supposedly it boosts the crop output. So it doesn't even get a chance to be washed off by the rain. You combine that with the pesticides that are used on that wheat on top of enriching it with folic acid. And we wonder why we have an obesity epidemic. That's not just obesity, that is inflammation. These people are sick. They're not fat, they're sick. Very sick. And they don't know why. I can tell them why. I keep getting told, you can't save them all. You can't save them all. I want to save everybody. Knowing the information I do is really frustrating because you're one person out of millions. What can you do to save everybody? So I deal with that frustration a lot. And once again, I think they knew we were coming because I can tell you this much. The people that I've talked to, and there's hundreds that I have talked to, we all seem to have. Let me ask you this question. I'll put this question to you. If you were trying to rule the world, who would you get rid of? The ones that are easily controlled and manipulated, or the ones that aren't? I don't want to dump too much on you guys because some of you are going to go, wow, what is she talking about? I know it's some intense information, but there's a whole bunch of you that know exactly what I'm speaking of. And I think in future videos, those of you that are even curious about what this is all about, will what I plan on doing is taking you down the road. And you hear me clearing my throat all the time. That's another common thing. I think there's others there. That's a combination of a couple of things. That's a combination of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and mast cell activation. Makes us have to clear our throats a lot. Our swallowers don't work right. But I think if you stick with the videos, I'm going to take you and take you on these stepping stones to hopefully fast track you the information that I have spent years researching. I had to weed through a lot of BS to get what I know to be the truth, or am pretty sure. I'm not going to say it's 100% accurate, but it's definitely all roads. You know, weeding out all the lies and deception and all that stuff when you're doing research is not easy. You have to go with your gut a lot. And I haven't, like I said, I've gone down some roads where it was like total dead end, no answers, or just totally wrong. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there. Oh, that are really, really leading people down the wrong road. And I think many of you have probably seen those channels. Some of you probably already realize they're not being honest with you. Some of them. Good evening, Miss Tawny. Good to see you. Anyway, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to call people out. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to help you, and hopefully you guys help me, and we all help each other, and in turn help the planet, because we all know something's terribly, terribly wrong. So, yay on that, huh? Heavy tonight. Sorry. But I needed to make sure you guys understood exactly where I was coming from and why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Let's see, what else did I want to cover tonight? Yeah. You're going to see a lot of channels out there pointing out everything that's wrong on this planet. The thing is, they say they offer solutions, but I don't see it. I feel like most of it's fear porn. And that is the last thing that I want you all to feel. I want you to feel that spark, that energy inside you, and realize that you're much more than a biosuit, much more. And I think I have solutions. And I think, like I said, I think we have the ability to transmute negative energy. I love you too, love cat. Thank you. I think we have the ability to transmute energy. I have no doubt that we have the ability to transmute energy. We are energy. We're little batteries, very powerful ones. So here's the deal. First of all, on this MTHFR, there are natural protocols you can do. I went the pharmaceutical route. That is a band-aid to cover up your symptoms while you slowly die. That's all it is. There are natural protocols that will help. I've been on a natural protocol for a year now, and I went from going to bed every night thinking I wouldn't wake up the next morning to not great, not perfect, wasn't feeling too hot today. I have bad days still, but I am doing so much better. And it's not just band-aids. I'm actually starting to heal. It's a slow process because a lot of damage was done. So the sooner you catch this, the faster you'll respond. So if you need information, the thing is, this is so tricky because we are very individualistic as far as what we need in the natural protocols. There's some common things we all need, like detox. But because of all the different varied things that affected the MTHFR gene, will also, like, one person will have trouble with IBS. Another person will have trouble with their joints or bone pain. Some people will have both. So we're very individual, and so our treatment needs to be. So if you need information on what to do to get started, send me an email to criticalbreak@outlook.com. If you're interested in sharing your story, send an email there too. Let's see, what else did I want to cover with you all today? Oh, thank you, Miss Tawny. That's really sweet. Yes, I am healing. I'm not 100%, nowhere near. I used to be very athletic. You wouldn't see me behind a computer. I would be outside. So yeah, it destroys your life. It derails you completely. But like I said before, it was kind of a bizarre blessing in disguise because it gave me the time, afforded me the time to do this research. So hopefully what I've done will help you all, and what you all have done will help me. and we can put together the pieces of the puzzle. Yeah, Miss Mac, I hear ya. There were many times where I was ready to go because I got tired of going to bed thinking I wouldn't wake up the next morning. And it's like, would you just get it over with? You know? So I know how you feel. But like I said, the blood types do matter in a sense, but it really is about our genetics. So, let's see, what else did I want to cover with you guys? Yeah, I want to empower you guys and let you know that you can get your body to start healing instead of band-aids. I wish I could scream it from the rooftops because I see people. I belong to quite a few groups that are support groups for people with autoimmune disorders. And one of them is moms with kids that have autoimmune disorders. And I see the post and it just kills me. And if you start talking about natural protocols, out come the government paid shills and the pharmaceutical company shills, because they pay people to infiltrate and cause chaos. And the minute you mention a natural protocol, woo, they will try to bait you into an argument, and they will, I've experienced it. It's no fun. And it's like I said in another video, we're all led to believe that doctors are almost of a god status. You can't question them. You should be questioning everything. Everything. What if I told you that a huge portion of what you believe to be true about this world around you is a lie? A good deal of it is. Is it a matrix of sorts? Yeah, I think so. There's so much. Yeah, good to see you, Miss Mary. Thank you. Yes, question everything. It's like I was talking about in a prior video. I'm a why person. I'm a connect the dots person. And I want answers. And I don't give up till I get them. And I want nothing more than to help others that are going through this too, and help the planet, because in the effort to target us, they managed to hit about 30 to 40% of the population. So there's some of us, like myself, that have abilities that are more than aware of what's going on. And then there's some that I don't know if their abilities have just been shut down. I'm still trying to figure that out, because I think we all can't say that either. I don't know that we all have abilities, maybe to a degree, but there's definitely people that have abilities way beyond many others. So, and most of us are awake or in the process of waking, um, and realizing who we really are and what we really are. We're not just these biosuits. That's a for sure. And I think uh, it's high time we start doing something. And the one thing that I can think of that we can do that's positive for the planet and positive for us, um, there's a group that started, a very small group that started. I'm not going to name the group or the people in it, but I came across some knowledge about a global care room via this group. And what we were starting to do is trying to transmute negative energy into positive energy. Because I know if you put out positive energy, it affects things and it changes things. And like I said, that spark inside us, we were made in the image of God. Now, whether you think of God as a single God or multiple, the source, we're the image of this, and we are creators. That I am certain of. We can transmute this negative stuff going on the planet and change it. I have no doubt. As a matter of fact, it crossed my mind. I could be wrong, but it crossed my mind. What if those of us that are waking up, they talk about the Mandela effect, because a lot of us are experiencing that. It feels like time has sped up for many of us. Um, some of you feel like there's time jumps happening, like you're getting stuck on a whole different planet with a whole different set of people, and even your family members aren't acting the same and weird things. But it crossed my mind, the Mandela effect. What if it is the product of those of us that are awake and already starting to do this energy work with transmuting the negative are affecting the planet? Because everybody talks about D-Wave computers and fear porn and CERN. And what if it's us? What if we're the ones? That crossed my mind. So the thing is, you guys are very powerful, and you need to know it. You need to look inside yourself, pray, meditate, and look inside yourself, because there is amazing, amazing answers inside you, every one of us. And like I said, we've got a big puzzle to figure out, and I think we all have pieces of it. And if we work together, we can figure it out faster. But the thing that we were doing in this group is we were logging in, and Sir Kirk Anthony is the one that shared this information with me via the group, via an email. And there's a place that's called let me pull it up here. It's called the Heartmath Institute Global Coherence Initiative. It is, and I think what I'll do is I'll share screen. Let's see if I can get it to do it. Okay, I hope you all can see that. Let me see if it shows it. Okay, hopefully you all see this. This is what the website looks like. It's the Heartmath Institute Global Coherence Initiative. You log in to this website, and there's actually a session in progress right now. You go into the session. You can use their guided focus, and it tells you what they're focusing on right now, which is increasing patience and kindness. And if you look at the map, you can see the individuals or groups, because some of these are actual groups that are logged in, where people are sitting together and praying and meditating together on these particular goals. And you can see them logged in around the world. And there is one going on currently. And as I'm stating, I joined this one last night. They had one going for this exact same thing, the increasing the patience and kindness. And my thoughts are, I think we're all extremely gifted. And I think we can help with this endeavor, plus add our own focused meditations to this. So they're focusing on increasing patience and kindness. And we could add, well, for instance, the Ho'oponopono that I was talking about the other day. That particular, it's a Hawaiian mantra, and it's quite good. And I think we could use that to start with to get people used to doing it. Those of you that haven't really prayed or meditated a lot, I know most of you probably have, but just to get people warmed up, we could use the Ho'oponopono. And that is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. And focus that at the negative energy on the planet. So that is one of the answers I have for what the mission is. Anyway, I wanted to introduce you all to that website, and because I think you know, I've done a couple of streams talking about it, and I think it's time to start implementing. The website, you can make an account there. You can use a fake name if you want to. You'll see me logged in there as Critical Break. And I'm actually really excited about, let's put it this way. The other night, just 3 of us did something similar. And I was focusing I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you, at negative energy. And the amount of energy that was swirling around my body, I could feel it. It was, it's almost like a tingle from a cold wind chill feeling. It was intense. And then last night, I logged in and did this session in the Global Coherence Initiative room, Global Care room, and doing the increasing patience and kindness where you're doing it with multiple people. And when you first go in the room, you start out by trying to connect and feel rest of the people that are logged in and stuff. And it was overwhelming. I had tears running down my face by the time we got done. And it doesn't take very much time, about 15 minutes. That's it. 15 minutes. And they've been tracking or trying to track if this is affecting the planet. And I think it is. I think it's affecting the planet. So I'm excited to get started and try doing this. The link is in the description for doing this particular work. So not only is it going to help the planet, but I think it'll help heal your energy in your body, which in turn will help you get well from these autoimmune disorders, because internal wellness with your spirit is critical to regaining your health overall. So there's that. And I'm excited to do this. But if you all want to log in, they got a session going right now, and give it a try. That would be awesome. Have a good evening, Sir OR. But like I said, I think if we all, with our ability, our gifts, can focus our energy in on something like this, I think it really could create huge waves. And like I said, I think we might be able to tell just based on the weird time things we have going on with what we call the Mandela effect. We may notice something. We'll just have to watch and see. We may notice a lot of things, maybe with the news even, maybe things changing, I hope. So if we do this frequently enough, I think it's going to be interesting to see the results. But that's just one thing I thought we could do. And I think it's going to be really big and really key. But anyway, if I do a hangout tonight, it'd probably be later. Chances are, I think what I'll do is, as far as the hangout goes, I'll wait to do that until the next time, which will probably be Tuesday, because I started thinking about it. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday are probably better days for me to do streams. So, and I am still kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and you just never know. But I think that's where I'm going to go with that. So we'll probably do the hangout Tuesday. In the meantime, you all can try logging into that website and getting your account set up and practicing during their sessions. And that'll get you in the flow of things and kind of get you started. But the other thing that we can do is on the website, I can set up a form there where we can network with each other. Say somebody's mission requires help of a particular kind, they can go to the form and put down what they're needing help with, and we can all help each other complete our missions, basically. And that's what it feels like. It's a mission. Anyway, I can't think of anything right offhand additional that I wanted to say this evening. Just, I love you guys from here to the stars. And I look forward to this coming Tuesday. Like I said before, the schedule thing, I may have some revelation first thing in the morning when I pop my eyes open, or some event I want to share with you guys. So, I mean, I could come out here in my nightgown and start a live stream. So be prepared. That could happen. But, you know, like something exciting happening, you know, that involves the planet in general and has everything to do with what we're focused on. So it's going to be exciting. Let's put it this way. Grab your organic popcorn, because I think it's going to be an incredible ride. And I can't think of a better time to be on this planet than right now, because I think we're going to see some huge changes for the good. It's time for the good to win, don't you think? Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely, lovely Sunday evening and a really great week coming up. And try logging into those rooms. You'll be amazed how it makes you feel just being logged in with a bunch of strangers. It's pretty incredible. Anyway, love everybody a bunch, and I will see you all soon. Have a great night. Bye.